Hi guys, Dave's here. Today we're going to talk about jigsaws. They're probably one of the first tools you should buy for your shop, whether you're a beginner or whatever. They're known as a poor man's saw because they're fairly cheap and they're versatile. I mean, you can use this in a lot of applications. They come either electric or battery powered. This is the three types of jigsaws that I have. You don't need all three of these. This is the first little jigsaw that I had. It actually belonged to my dad and everything. It's a simple little cheap little jigsaw and everything. Then I bought this one here. It's a corded version, and now I got a battery powered one here. Yeah, these old type of jigsaws here, you kind of want to stay away from these. The blade flexes a lot on these and everything. They don't have all the features that the new one does. The corded one, if you've got a power outlet handy, these are down the way to go. If you want portability, go with the cordless one. The reason I bought this one because I go up to the farm every now and then, do some work. I don't have no electricity up there, so this is a good feature for it. These two are basically similar. What you want to look for one is got this little roller wheel right here that the blade rides in. This gives the blade more stability. Both my Robies has a variable speed trigger, and they usually have some kind of switch or thumb screw to speed it up, speed up the RPMs of it. You got a little locking mechanism here. If you hold the trigger in, that's good for making long cuts, so you don't have to hold the trigger in the whole time. New feature they have on these is got the LED light. It's great following when you're trying to follow your lines where you're trying to cut. Most of them has a quick release for the T-shank bits. Just twist it and put them back in there real simple and everything. Some of them's got a little thumb screw here or something else. They have a little lever here where you can tilt the base and everything, and you can put it in different positions. You got a knob on here for an orbital mode. In the zero, the blade is still going just like a regular jigsaw up and down, and that's where you're going to use it most of the time. But you got 1, 2, and 3, and what it does, it makes it blade go back and forth with a more aggressive cut. Now this will cut faster, but remember, when you're cutting faster using that, it's more likely you're going to get tear out. Okay, the Jigsaw Blades, this is the new type. It's called T-shank. It's kind of universal today. They come in different sizes, shapes, and some have more teeth per inch, which is represented as TPI, which is teeth per inch. Good for cutting curves, odd shapes, and holes. Good for rough cuts. Good for a smoother finish on wood. Good for cutting thin sheet metal. Good for cutting thicker metal up to 1/4 inch. This blade cuts with a downstroke, so less tear out on top. If a blade has fewer teeth, then you will get rougher cuts, but cut at a faster speed. If the blade has more teeth, then it will cut smoother, but cut at a slower speed. To avoid burning on dense woods, cut at a slower RPM speed. You see how it cuts a nice curve and everything? I mean, they'll cut straight, they'll cut angles. Well, as you can see there, cut the metal here, and this is probably about 1/8 of an inch thick. One thing to remember when cutting, let the saw do the work. Don't force it. Okay guys, one thing to remember, these blades don't last long. So you might get 30 minutes, an hour out of them. It just varies on what you're cutting. So if they start cutting badly, not cutting good at all, go ahead and replace them. They don't cost very much. So I hope this helps somebody out that's going to get them a jigsaw or use one. As always, thanks for watching, guys.